Hi, welcome to my class. Our topic for today is to analyze data distributions. But before we move on to our lesson, I would like to ask you about the meaning of the colors of the UAE flag. Do you still remember? Okay, the red represents hardiness, bravery, strength, and courage. Strength to resist on bad works, bravery and courage to do good things for others. Okay, and the green color represents hope, joy, optimism, and love. As what I am always telling you, I want you to love each other, right? Inside our classroom, we are one big family. So, I want you to give hope, love, joy, and optimism to each other. And if we belong to one family, we don't want anyone to be down. We want to love each other and give hope to each other. Alright, the main objective of our lesson today is to describe the distribution of a set of data. Distribution of a set of data shows the arrangement of data values. To describe the shape of distribution is to identify the peaks, cluster, gaps, and outliers. If there is an outlier, the distribution is not symmetric. Remember that. The peak is the highest value in the data points. The clusters are data values that are grouped together. Gaps, as from the word itself, can be identified when there's no values. And the outlier is a specific data point that fall outside the range of data sets. In data distribution, we have two types of data. One is symmetric, when the left side looks like the right side. And we're going to use mean to describe the center if it is symmetric. We are also use the mean absolute deviation to describe the spread of the data. The other type of data distribution is non-symmetric, where the left side is taller than the values on the right side, or the right side is taller than the values on the left side. We're going to use the median to describe the center and the interquartile range to describe the spread of the data. Now let us solve some example. Do you know the first astronaut of the United Arab Emirates? He is Major Hassa Ali Al-Mansouri. He is a former military pilot. He was selected for the UAE's new human spaceflight program in 2018. And he launched on his first mission to the International Space Station on September 25, 2019. He is doing a lot of workouts to keep him fit. If the graph below shows the weights he is lifting in his workout, let us identify if there is symmetry, cluster, gaps, peaks, or outlier in the distribution. The distribution of the weights is non-symmetric, since if you took the half part from 6 to 17 kilos, the two parts are non-congruent, so it's non-symmetric. The peak is at 10 kilograms, since that is the highest point from the cluster. The gap is between 13 and 16 kilograms. Therefore, 14 to 15 kilograms are gaps. And there is no outlier since all the points are near to each other. Let's work on the next example. Adenium, popularly known as desert rose, flowers profusely from late winter till the end of summer. Adenium bears beautiful pink flowers, and often the succulent branches are curved in interesting shapes. Adenium needs a lot of sunlight and little water, and can be easily grown from cuttings. They grow from 1 to 3 meters height. Now we are going to describe the center and spread of the distribution. Since the distribution is not symmetric, So the median and interquartile range are the appropriate measures to use. Therefore, we are going to get the minimum, maximum, median, and the quartile. From the arrangement of the data points, from minimum to maximum, the data is centered on 2 meters, which is the median. The first quartile is 1.75 and the third quartile is 2.5. So the interquartile range is the third quartile minus the first quartile, which is 2.5 minus 1.75. It will give us 0.75. Therefore, the spread of the distribution is 0.75. Remember, the range of the interquartiles is the spread of data which is around the center of 0.75. What about this example? Emirati music and dance are performed to express happiness during joyous occasions such as Eid, engagement, wedding parties, and celebrations in general. The UAE has its own exclusive types of music and dance that have been regularly practiced in the past and are still a well-kept tradition for today's generation, and surely for generations to come. Now we are going to describe the center and spread of distribution of the data. The line plot is given the ages of men dancing, and the ages are from 20 to 50. By just looking at the line plot, we can identify that the distribution is symmetric. So we are going to use the mean and mean absolute deviation as the appropriate measures to use. The data are centered around 25 years of age. So to find the mean, we're going to add all the ages of the men dancing divided by the total number of men. So we can come up with 35. And the mean absolute deviation, we're going to subtract the ages from the mean. And we can come up with 6.25. So the spread of data around the center is about 6.25 years. To wrap it up, distribution of a set of data shows the arrangement of data values. And to describe the shape of distribution, we need to identify the peaks, clusters, gaps, and outliers. If there is an outlier, the distribution is non-symmetric. So remember, peak is the highest value in the data points. Clusters are data values that are grouped together. Gaps are shown when there is no values, and outlier is a specific data that fall out the range of the data. And there are two types of data. One is symmetric and the other one is non-symmetric. It is symmetric when the left side looks like the right side. We are going to use mean to describe the center and mean absolute deviation to describe the spread. In non-symmetric, the left side is taller than the values on the right side or vice versa. Here we are going to use the median to describe the center and the interquartile range to describe the spread. As Sheikh Zayed said, education is like a lantern which lights your way in a dark alley. So whenever you have some confusion on the lesson today, I want you to go back. Watch the lesson again step by step, and I know you will understand it. Math will always be easy. Till next lesson! Bye-bye!